Cool.
And we are live coming from the 101 India headquarters office in Bombay, where the weather is as unpredictable as Tanuja's schedule these days because she's such a star. So we have Tanuja, the Diva queen from Kuvagam, joining us all the way from Cologne, Germany on Skype. What's going on?
Nothing much. It's morning here, so I feel sleepy.
Oh God, she's like, how stars have such busy schedules. They have so much in sleep and chocolate to eat and food to eat and travel plans to make. So tell me, how was your experience in Kuvagam?
My experience in Kuvagam was really nice because I used to travel every year. So this year was a very special year because it was really crowded and you guys came down from Bombay to Kuvagam and you made this trip to a special trip to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much, guys, for signing in. We're already getting all the love and the hearts and the likes and the comments. Nayak, hi. Rohit, thank you for joining in. Rachna Bahadur says, hi, Tanuja.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Tanuja has more fans than she can handle right now. To be honest, we were so lucky to have chanced upon Tanuja at Kuvagam. I had no idea we'll bump into somebody who would actually end up becoming the protagonist, of the docu-series and actually be the POV and take us through the entire festival and tell us, what's the cross-dresser, how does the transgender dress, how does the festival move about. So we were really lucky to find you, Tanuja. I just want to tell you that.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks. That's my pleasure. So when I meet you, I know because my first time in Kuvagam was really hard, and my friends helped me out to know what's going on there. So I just did what I can do.
I have a question. How often do you visit India, Tanuja?
Once a year, just for Kuvagam festival. So we do shopping and visiting temples and this Kuvagam festival. We plan a package trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anisa Khan, by the way, loves you. She says, hi Tanuja, you are the best.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Flying kisses coming to Anisa. Randolph DeMello says, loved you guys at Kuvagam. Good job, you guys. So Randolph,
thank you. Thanks for the lovely compliments. I'm really, I'm showered with love.
So Tanuja, wait, I have a question. When was it that you realized you were different and you wanted to be a woman?
Since I was born, since I could think, I knew that I'm different. So, since then, it started, So when I was 11, 12, I could understand what was going on, because as a kid, you don't know. You just know you're different. But when you're 11, 12, you just get to know about the sexualities and all the terms of LGBTQ. So, with 12, 13, I educated myself about sexuality. Because sexuality is something which is not spoken in school. So it should be taught in schools too. I wish all the teachers out there, you should teach your students about sexuality in school.
What does Kuvagam mean to you though, Tanuja? What does it represent for you?
I don't get you.
What does Kuvagam mean to you?
School?
Kuvagam. What does Kuvagam mean to you?
Kuvagam. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kuvagam. It's a very special event to us because this was the only one event. When I was kid, this was the only one event where all the transgenders gathered together. Nowadays, we have parties, we have evenings, we have coffee evenings, we have get-together parties, etc., etc. But back then, that was the only one event where we as a community can get together. So this is a lovely place for me because I can see people who went through difficulties, who still survived to live, and that makes me happy to see them. Yeah. So it's very special to us.
Okay. Shibani Sharma is a massive fan. She says, huge fan, Tanuja, 3 exclamation marks.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you so much.
Then we have Sumant who says, hi, Tanu, looking good.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the pink is working for you, huh? Okay. Quick question. What are the kind of problems that transgenders are facing in India, according to you?
Okay. Problems. Problems on street, we face many problems because there are still men out there who are not educated enough about transgender. So that means if you go out every day, you need to pray to God that you don't face any difficulties. That means there will be a gang of guys who will be teasing on you, and you just want to go and do your business and go back home. And for people like me who really look good, I mean, I won't say I'm looking good, but people who can pass through as a woman, we don't have much problem than people who don't pass easily. So I want to remember these people at this time, So at train or at bus, they face struggles, and they can't afford to travel by car or something, So they are poor and they need to take the public travel, and yeah, these are problems what we face every day.
Okay, thanks for answering that. And Atul Negi Dhame says, thank you for bringing Kuvagam to us. Keep spreading the love and awareness. Love from Himachal. Thanks so much, Atul, for signing in. And if anybody has a lot of questions, just keep them coming through. Don't hesitate. We have the 5.2 million viral content video star with us, Tanuja, all the way from Cologne, Germany. And she has some great answers. Yeah. Okay. We have Shaurya Lenka who says, do you think India can have gender-neutral bathrooms or separate bathrooms for transgenders? Do you think that will ever happen?
Okay, in my opinion, I'm against this separate bathroom, because if we go to airport, we use the female washroom. If we go to the cinema, we use the female washroom. So I don't want to be separated. It's again it's a separating us from the normal cisgender. So I prefer this gender neutral washroom. This unisex washroom. But I really like, that's a good idea. That's something where we go to the next level, modern thinking. But the separate bathroom, separate toilets, I'm totally against that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's very different for you in Cologne, Germany than it was in India when you were here.
It is, but I won't say I'm having a hard time in India, because it's not a cultural shock, but somehow when I come to India, I feel the freedom what people do have there, because you don't have that freedom here. Because as a transgender, you can walk, you can be transgender there, but here you're forced to be a girl.
Right.
You can't openly say I'm a transgender, so what? Because we need to have a secret life, because people are not aware about transgender. They know transgenders are there and they accept them, but they are not aware of them. In India, people are different.
Right. Okay, so Randolph DeMello has asked, what was the worst pickup line used on you?
Oh my gosh, okay, you look pretty. That's the first thing I hear. You look hot.
That's the worst pickup line?
Yeah, because I'm fed up hearing this, you look pretty, you look hot. I need to hear something special.
Okay. I mean, I've had worse.
Because it's quite boring saying you look pretty, you look hot,
Okay, got you. I mean, I've had worse pickup lines used on me, but okay, I got it. Okay, Bhakti Palande says, Tanuja, you're such a diva. You're one of the inspirations and idols for so many transgenders. Thanks, Posh, for highlighting this. Well, at least you got the last 3 letters of my name right. I mean, props and respect to you, man. Bhakti, thank you. Amarpreet Singh Ajmal says, love from Chandigarh. Thanks for the video, mate. 1 heart. So what are the other transgender festivals that you've attended, like in India or across the world?
Okay. I'm a person, I like to travel all over the world and attend transgender festivals. And we have here in Germany, we have in Cologne, where I come from, we have the CSC Parade. It's a gay and LGBT parade. We have it on June, so I participate there. And Kuvagam Festival, and we have in Malaysia, we have for Indian community, we have this Baucha Mata Puja. So Murga Mata, people say in Bombay, they say it's Murga Mata. So we have a temple in Malaysia and it's a famous festival there. So we gather all together there. So there we have one more festival. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So we have we have some very interesting comments happening. We have Varija Mehrotra who said, you have got so beautiful eyes and such a pretty soul. I don't know if she's talking about me or you, but I think she's talking about you. Pretty soul with 5 Ys. I think she has a girl crush on you, Tanuja. You have a lot of crushes. Yeah, in India. How do you feel about that?
I'm overwhelmed with all the positive comments and feedback. I really thank you guys. This
Okay.
shows, this is something which is very, very serious to me, because this shows how much love we humans have for, each other. Because we always blame that the world is really bad, but it's not. There are still people out there who just want to live and let live, and that's important.
Okay, we have another question from Surya Sivanandam, who says, what is a good thing that you felt about being a transgender in India?
Good thing is, as I said, you can be openly transgender, and that's not a big issue. You can go out as a transgender, and people are quite, people are quite okay, with that. But here, if you are open transgender, you will face problems. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you can wear sari. I love sari.
Oh yeah, remember the one that you wore on the day of the marriage, right? The night with the green and all the jewelry. Yeah,
exactly.
That was epic. That was my personal favorite, if you ask me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we have Rachna Bahadur, who's saying, say something to her in Spanish.
Okay, me llamo Tanuja, soy de Alemán, habla español. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can ask me something.
Okay. Rachna, if you have a specific question, I suggest now's a good time. Okay, so we have another question from Karishma Bansal, who says, you introduced your daughter in the video. So is she your real daughter? What's going on there?
She is my adopted trans daughter. There were two daughters with me. One is Vishalni and one is Papati. And they both are my daughters. And I adopted them. They were trans, how do you say? As I said, one transgender can adopt another one. And I have 9 daughters like that. So I'm their guidance. I'm their, how do you say? I'm their guru, and I have to show them the right way. And if they face problems, if they face any difficulties, I'm there to guide them, and that's my responsibility.
Yeah. Just like as a side note, when we were walking through the village in the evening of the marriage, right? So Tanuja and me are walking through the village, and every 4th or 5th person she throws at me is her daughter. So I'm like super confused at this point, and she's like, these are all my daughters, and these are all my, this is my mother and my...
The funny part is, I have 10 sisters. My guru from Malaysia, she has 15 daughters. So that means I have 15 sisters. And all my 15 sisters, they have like 30 daughters. And they will be watching this.
If you guys are watching this, you should start asking questions to your mom.
So we have a huge family.
Okay.
And I have responsibilities to, fulfill.
Okay, gotcha. So Dipta Das has a question. He says, what do you think about the visibility of the transgender community in India?
The victory.
The visibility of transgender community in India.
I didn't get you.
I think what he means is, what do you think of the transgender community, and how, what is the exposure that they get? Like, do they get enough exposure? I think that's what it is. I'm not sure.
The transgender community in India is a very strong community, because comparing to the other side of the world, because here in Europe or in Western countries, we don't have this bonding what we have in India. So even the third gender thing that this thing went through the court, the High Court, that's because of our bonding. That's because of our willpower. We have a strong bonding together. So we have a network, what's going on, we have WhatsApp groups, so we talk about our goods and bads, and we move on as a community. So that's something which is really special. It's only in India. We don't have this anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have Rohit Mehta, who's asked me a question. He says, how was your experience, Rosh? Did it change your life in some way? So I think this was a really eye-opening experience for me, because I don't think I've ever been so up close and personal with the transgender community ever before. I mean, living in India, they're always around, but they're kind of on the fringes of society, so you don't really get to interact with them or spend time with them. But when the first couple of days in Kuvagam were really, really difficult for me, because A, it was scorching hot, and B, it was, suddenly we were living and breathing and eating with the transgender community. And I don't know if you saw the episodes, but if you haven't, go to 101india.com and check out both the Kuvagam episodes, right, where I explore the transgender festival. And so basically, I was living in the little motel with all the transgenders, so I was literally living with them. So I got to experience them firsthand. And what I realized was at the end of the entire experience is that, they're really cool. And they want what everybody else wants, which is love, which is acceptance, to be embraced.
Exactly.
To find, people who love them, find sugar daddies. I now have a few sugar mamas after, I had a long conversation with Tanuja. She gave me the whole 101 crash course on how to get some sugar mamas, and I have a few on my payroll right now. It's really awesome, But no, but jokes aside, it was definitely a transforming experience, and I learned a lot about this community. And I'm constantly in touch with Tanuja, become great friends, and I'm definitely going to visit you, by the way, in Cologne super soon.
Okay.
If you're still in the country, you little star. Okay. We have a question from Paritosh Sharma who says, why do you think it's not easy to be the only trans in Germany?
I didn't get your question.
So first of all, I think, Paritosh, there are lots of transgenders in Germany. It's very normal. So what do you do for work in Germany, Tanuja?
I'm a translator. I'm working for a university, so we translate books. I don't translate for people. We translate in Tamil books into German. So Tamil literatures.
Okay.
It's a boring job, I know.
Okay. Vishtas Firoz says, just a hello and a hug from the North Seas of Germany to you both, heart. So you have fans from Germany also tuning in, by the way.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay. We have Sukun Nair who says, I take inspiration from you on every step of life, and I adore you, respect you, and look up to you. The entire community, hats off to you. Tons of love and respect. Please read out my message to her. It's a humble request. She's so cute.
Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you so much. That was very heartwarming.
It means a lot to me. Love you.
Okay, so Prerna Naidu Punjabi says, absolutely fascinating and enlightening video on Kuvagam. Very emotional too. Great work, you guys. I wish more people viewed it and opened up to being more human. So yeah, you have a lot of people who are interested in what you're going to do next. What's next for you?
For me, next, I have some plans to do. I was leading a secret life. So I didn't want people to know that I'm a transgender. But through this viral video, I became very famous, and I really thought of working for transgenders because that was something which I always wanted to do. That what I spoke in that video was my 10 years anger, which I have been holding back, because I was leading a secret life. And today I just want to talk for my community. I just want to be the representative of the voiceless, So I think that will be my future job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, what is your love life like?
I had a boyfriend in between. Just for 3 weeks, and I realized that I'm not looking for a relationship. So we had some fight, and yeah, that's over. And I hope he will be watching this video.
Okay, would you ever get married? And would you ever get married to somebody who's not a transgender?
I'm not sure that I'm gonna get married or not, because marriage is something. I don't believe in marriage life because I have gone through a hard time. So even for cisgenders, even for biological women, it's really hard to be married. And for me, people like me, it's really, really, really hard because I need to go through a lot of struggle. So I don't prefer going into this. So I prefer falling in love, being happy, being a free bird. Yeah.
Okay.
What was your second question?
No, my question was, would you ever get married to a transgender? Or would you get married to
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Never. Maybe to a trans man, yes, but not to a transgender, because they're my family, they're my sister, they're my aunties. You will never marry your auntie, so I'm not going to marry my mom or auntie.
Of course, that would be incestuous.
If it's a trans man, yes, definitely, because some trans men are really hot.
Okay. Any messages to transgenders watching this who haven't come out yet?
Okay, darling, if you're watching me and if you think I'm your role model, that's somehow sweet, because I was in the situation like you. I was watching videos on YouTube about transgenders and preparing myself for this difficult journey. Nowadays, the world is much easier because I came 10 years back, 2007, I started my journey, and today, 2017, things have changed. As you can see, through all these lovely messages, there are plenty friendly, lovely, good-hearted people out there who is ready to help you out. So don't worry, darling. If you want to go through this, do that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I can say. And don't do the surgery if you don't like to do, because surgery doesn't make a woman a pure. Surgery doesn't make a man into a woman. You know, it's all about your brain. If you really think you're a woman, you're a woman. It doesn't matter what you have in between your legs. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think, I have a question from Zulfikar Malak, can reviving folk literature about the trans community help in spreading awareness? Folk literature.
For literature.
Folk. Like,
okay.
Yeah. Like, you know, folk, F-O-L-K. It's like the tribal literature.
Okay. Yeah.
You think it'll help in spreading awareness? You think it'll help in spreading awareness if you bring back the traditional thought on the community?
I didn't get your question. One more time. Sorry.
Okay. Do you think that if you revive the folk literature, like the olden days literature, right, the traditional customs, you could use that to spread awareness? Or do you think that would not?
Of course, because as I said on the video when you watch it in YouTube, I said about the Kumi song, because the Kumi song is a unique folk song for Tamil transgenders, and if you listen to that song, you will hear the pain of transgenders, and it is written in Tamil. And if we bring back that in English and translate it, people can see how do you say the history of transgenders in India. So that can spread awareness, of course. And we have one more song that is called Opari song, and I think you might hear that at the end of the video. The girls were singing Opari songs, and Opari songs are something which is you sing it when someone someone is dead, So and again, that songs have so much pain into it. So if we write a book about that, you can spread awareness, definitely.
So
I think I answered your question.
I think you did a little bit. Okay, Vin Raj says, looking beauty, Tanuja miss.
Oh, thank you so much, darling.
You're going to have to walk around with a plastic bag on your face now, because you're so beautiful with the pink lipstick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love you.
See, you've become like a viral sensation, right? Because of your views on Indian men, like literally 5 point something million views in 2 days, right? That's not normal.
Thanks to 101 India team. Otherwise, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, but do you think...
You guys are really good.
Do you think that with your views that you shared in the video, right? Do you think Indian men are like that? Or do you think men all over the world are like that?
Okay, that's a good question. In that video, I mentioned about Indian men because I was really angry in that situation. But it's all over the world, because after this video, I have got so many messages on Facebook, from Pakistan, from Afghanistan, from Malaysia, Singapore, even from America, saying, that's what you said was right. And this is something what every woman has in her heart. So it doesn't matter where you live, everywhere men are like that, because it's about men's, men power. They always want to have women under them. So, yeah.
Literally or metaphorically? What are you talking about?
Pardon?
Literally or metaphorically?
Literally, I didn't get you.
Okay, that was bad timing. But you said you always want men under them.
Okay. I get your joke now, yeah.
Yeah, you do realize we're live right now, and this is not a conversation between you and me.
I know, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
She could be the editor.
It won't be a bad joke.
Tanuja could be the editor of the next Mills and Boone series, because she has a very imaginative mind and she's very, very expressive, as you must have seen in Kuvagam. Okay, next question. Charmaine Natasha Fernandes asks, who in India, according to you, has made a positive difference to the transgender community and how?
Definitely Lakshmi Narayan Tirupati Amma. I say Amma.
Okay.
Because she's someone, when I started my transition, I watched her documentary and she was really cool. She's a diva, and she was the one who was the one behind that third gender thing. She was the one who filed a case in High Court and, who won that. So she is definitely a star, role model for me. Amma, bless me, Pampati.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, the next question is, Are German men better than Indian men? And how, if so?
No, definitely not, because German men, they are tall. That's the one thing I like in them, but they are not expressive. Because Indian men, they have Shah Rukh Khan in them, they have Salman Khan in them, and I kind of love that, you know. So a man should be romantic, a man should be a poet. So that's why I love Indian men. Nobody can replace Indian men in our life.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So would you ever, which celebrity would you date from Bollywood?
Oh, good question. Ranbir Kapoor. No, Ranveer Singh, sorry. The one from Ram Leela.
God damn it, you're so predictable, Tanuja. We're not going to be friends anymore, that's it. Okay, what is the best and worst thing about Kuvagam?
The best thing about Kuvagam is, as I said, it's a gathering. It's a gathering, so we don't get to see each other because we live in different countries, and I can't fly to Malaysia every time or to Swiss or London, you know. So that's Kuvagam Festival. It's a festival where people from all over India, Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, and even from overseas get together. That's a special thing for us because we can share our thoughts, we can share our feelings, we can be together. That's important. But the worst thing is that all the men, as you saw in that video, they come and, you know, they like to see the sugar candies walking around, you know, because they didn't see, they don't get to see women, you know, good-looking women walking through that village. And if that day is a day which brings all the women, trans women from all over India there. So for them, it's a kind of a party, you know. For them, it's a super night. So they, you know, they do whatever they want. And you guys were not all there with me the whole night, and when I was alone, you know, one man squeezed my daughter's breast, and there was an issue going on. Yeah, so we faced so many difficulties there. So it's really hard. That's the bad thing we experience in Kuwait.
Okay.
And they you know, they think it's obvious they can do anything with us, and that's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question is actually not a question, but it's like a compliment from Surya Sivanandam. Thank you so much, Surya, for writing. She said, oh, it's a him. He says, my wife wants to open a fashion boutique for women with only transgender employees in Bengaluru, and we are very inspired by you, Tanuja. Someday we would like to invite you to open the boutique for us, hopefully.
Thank you a lot. That's a good idea, and I would love to come to Bengaluru.
Yeah.
Namaskar.
Wow. I think would you definitely open the boutique for them?
Definitely, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an honor. That's an honor to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have you ever used dating apps, Tanuja?
Pardon?
Dating apps. Have you ever used them?
Oh, dating apps. Of course, I use. I have like 4 to 5 dating apps on my phone. I have. Should I mention the apps?
Please.
Tango, Badoo, OkCupid, and Tango, Badoo, Lovo. It's a good dating app, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and Tango, Badoo, and Lovo, the best dating app you could use.
Why is that?
Because you can find some good-looking hot men out there in your surrounding, and that's nothing wrong.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tango and
Maybe
Badoo.
you can fall in love.
Yeah, they sound like orangutan pet names. Tango, Badoo, they're just like pet names. OkCupid I've heard about, right? OkCupid's all over America and Europe, but I've never heard about these guys.
Tinder is good as well.
Right, Tinder is good. I've never been on dating apps, so I don't know.
Okay.
Roger Stephen says, I'm making a documentary on transgenders. So while talking to one, she said that the only time she feels bad is when children on the street tease her. Did anything like this ever happen to you?
Okay. Sometimes I face difficulties. You know, when I started my transition, when I was really young, you know, where you could obviously see that I'm a transgender, I face difficulties. You know, if I see group of boys, I just avoid walking through that street. I prefer searching a different way to go to my destiny. So I have faced difficulties at my beginning point. Today, I do face difficulties, maybe somewhere where I am, but I know how to manage that difficulties, you know. I know how to handle it, as I did in Kuvagam, you know. I will be like, shut the fuck up, do your own business.
That's okay. You all make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Okay, got you. Okay, we have a next question from Shreyasi Bhattacharya. According to you, how are the so-called rules of the society that affects every woman's life, and also how can the mentality be upgraded not only with education but with other means also?
Okay, can you repeat that question?
Okay.
How
are the rules of society that affect every woman's life, right?
Okay.
Right? And how can the mentality also be upgraded? Not only with education, but with other means also.
Okay, we need to teach all these things at home. We should start with children. We shouldn't start with elder people. You should start with children, because you cannot change something which is grown up, but you can change something which is growing now. So you should teach them to respect women. You should teach them to respect everyone. You should just teach them to respect everything in the world. So if you do so, the world will change. And children are a good teacher to elders. If a kid is, disciplined, and if a kid knows to respect others, obviously the elders will follow them, because they have that shame inside.
Right.
Yeah, they will be thinking, okay, the kid is ready to understand that, but why shouldn't I? So I think younger generation can change the world.
Gotcha. So it's the young generation that you need to start with, and then when they grow older, they'll have everything in place.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm concentrating on younger generation. Yeah.
Okay. I hope that answered your question. Okay. The next question, really interesting question by Vaibhav Modi. Do you think fighting for this is worth it? Will the transgenders really get the equal rights and everything, especially in a country like India?
No, not at all, because if you have I know so many transgenders who are employed and who are working in a company or an office, but you need to, if a man gives 80%, if a girl gives 90%, you need to give 150% as a transgender, because whatever you do, they have a lens for it. They look it in a different way, because a transgender is doing it. So they don't accept your success easily. So it's really hard for a transgender to get the equality. So yeah, we don't have that equality, seriously, no.
So it's going to be difficult for India. That's what you're saying.
Exactly, it is difficult. Yeah.
So what is the way forward? Is there a way forward?
The way forward is to educate others to know that transgenders, that we are, you don't need to see us as a special person. You just need to see us as a normal human being, and let us just do our job and accept it. If you do so, everything will be fine. You don't need to treat us as God, and you don't need to treat us as handicaps. We are just a human like you, and accept our success and accept our flaws. That's it.
Okay, that's well said.
Yeah.
And accept the 5.2 million views.
Pardon?
Accept the 5.2 million views. Yeah. Okay. Sheetal Desai says, I am seeing this community coming forward very strongly, and I'm in awe of your courage and strength in turning obstacles into opportunities. That's Sheetal Desai for you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay. We have Sem Buganathan, who says, in the time in society where a girl child is considered a burden and being a woman is a challenge, thank you for embracing feminine side and glorifying being a woman. What would you say to parents who can't accept their child's gender preference? P.S. I love the pink lipstick, wink.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Winky,
It's Candy Yum Yum by MAC. I love this color.
Pick it up right now at a store near you. Okay. Question. What is it? You got the answer?
The question was, what would I, can you repeat the question?
What would you say to parents who can't accept their child's gender preference?
Okay. I mean, at the end, we had a female president who is Indira Gandhi, and she could rule the world. She could rule India. So that shows women are not lesser than men. So we have many women out there who is very successful. So parents should see them and think every woman is capable to do what a man can do. That's what I can say.
Okay. The questions are just pouring in, by the way, Tanuja. I think you should start like a weekly show.
Okay. I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think like Tea with Tanuja or something,
Yes.
Yeah.
Tanuja 3.
Okay. Svetlana Fernandes says, what are some of the simple ways in which I can support transgender people in India, of course?
Okay, that's a very good question. You don't need to support them. You just let them live. That's the best thing you could do. And if you really want to support them, you just give them a job. And if you know someone is searching for if there is some vacancies, you can just help them to get the job. So this is a simple help you could do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your view on Section 377?
Okay, that is, this is something which is very sensitive because this has been, this Section 377 has been there when British was there, and they left India, I think, 70 years ago. And now in England, the Section 377 it doesn't exist anymore, but in India it still exists. And there are so many people out there who are still fighting against it. And I don't understand why people don't, it is very sad because we as LGBT community has to fight against it. Why don't you guys out there, biological women and biological male out there, why don't you straight people, heterosexual people, help us and join us fighting against it? If you do so, it will change. And that's the biggest support you could do to us because it can change so many people's life. Yeah.
So Ria Sethi says, I love the Kuvagam episode 1 and 2. And Tanuja, your makeup and the whole attire looked fab during the wedding day in the series.
Thank you. It took me time. I didn't have time for Rosh because I was busy with my makeup. So, yeah.
We were supposed to pick her up at a certain time, and we had to wait quite a while, let's just say, till Tanuja got her attire on. But it was all worth it in the end.
I was busy becoming a diva, darling. Sorry.
Okay. For Piyush Raima says, I am in love with you. I'm sorry, man. I'm taken. So, unless you're talking about Tanuja. I mean, he might be talking about me or you. I don't know. I'm just going with it.
Okay.
Next question. What are your views about Facebook feminists?
Facebook feminists. I myself don't call myself a feminist, and somehow being a feminist is nothing wrong because these are people who, repeatedly talking about problem of women, So there is nothing wrong to be a Facebook feminist. I really support them, but I'm not a feminist though. I like to be girly.
Yeah. Okay, Sheetal Desai, one more. You could add value by playing very important role in protection of the girl child.
Okay.
Specifically pointing towards growing crimes in girl children.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's adding. She's adding to your comments. Right?
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
Okay. Vino Man has a very interesting question. He says, what is the best way or advice to stop transgender work as a call girl or sex work, right?
The best way is to employ, the best way is education because all the sex workers and all the beggars, all the girls out there who are begging, they are not educated because they left the house when they were 8, 9, 10 years old, So if you give them the education, just like my parents did to me, they will shine white like a diamond, darling. You just need to give them education. That's the key to the world. Please make sure if you have a transgender child at your house, don't let them go out. Keep them at your house. Make sure that they have proper education and let them do what they want because at the end it's your child, which is begging on the street and which is doing the sex work. Every sex worker is a daughter of someone and a sister of someone and mother of someone. So make sure you give them education. That's it. Nobody likes to do that job. It's something every woman avoid to do. But if a woman do so, that means she has that need. So we need to fulfill her need so that she doesn't need to go through this way. So that's my vision. That's my point of view.
Okay. So guys, we have 10 last precious minutes with Diva Queen Tanuja from Cologne, Germany. So come through with any questions you might have or comments. And we're really, enjoying all the love for Kuvagam. We spent a lot of time and energy and effort really making sure that this was a docu-series that really appealed and made sense and engaged, So keep them coming and come through with any questions. Okay, we have a question saying, how did you do your education? By Shabana Saeed. How did you do your education and where?
Okay, I came here when I was 10 years old, and I had my education here in Germany. I did business management, and I started my transition in high school at that time. At that time, I started my transition, and I really wanted to finish my education because I knew education was very important to me. So I managed to fulfill that, and today I'm here. Yeah. So I did my entire education here in Germany.
Okay. Navanita asks, do you think special laws should be put forward by the Indian government for transgenders to protect them and for their equality?
What was your question? I didn't get it.
Do you think there should be special laws to protect the transgenders and for their equality?
Yes, there should be. Because here in Germany we have laws where you can't, you need to employ transgender, and if you don't do so, you need to give you need to give a response. You need to explain why you didn't hire them, So there should be special laws like that, which protects transgenders, and there should be special laws against, which protect transgender child, which has been abused, because every transgender out there has been abused as a child, at the age of 6, at the age of 8, at the age of 9, and people think it's obvious. People don't talk about that, and there should be a law out there which says you cannot, child abuse is the wrong thing, and abusing someone who doesn't know who she is and who is having that struggle in their mind. So there should be a law out there which strictly forbidden all these things.
Okay.
So these are important, very important.
Okay. Kavita Thinagaran sends her love to you, by the way.
Hi, Kavita.
More and more love. You need a big bus to collect all the love now. Okay. We have Girdhar Singh Gandaria, who's asking, there are a large percentage of conservatives in Germany. Being a trans, how do you deal with them? How is it like to be a transgender in Germany?
Okay, I managed to deal with this because, as I said, I started my transition at 2007, and, these 10 years have, gave me the courage to go through all this. And it is really hard, but, you need to have you need to have a clear mind to go through this. So I am someone, I work with myself. I think a lot, So I just find a way to, go through this. Yeah. Okay. So everyone who is facing a problem, they need to spend some time with that problem to find a way. That's very important. There's always a solution out there. So yeah, this is how I managed to live here. And today, if I face difficulties, I'm really happy to face it because it's became an addiction. I love to face difficulties now.
Wow, real warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. Rachita Rao asks, is gender unnecessary, and is it limiting people to express themselves?
Exactly. Yeah, it is. Because a man can be a woman. It doesn't mean he should be a transgender. He can be a normal heterosexual straight man, but he can have this feminine side in him. That's nothing wrong. And a girl can be a man. It doesn't matter. So we shouldn't be margining these people, saying you're a man, you're a woman. At the end we are human, and it's just a behavior which you observe. As a kid you observe certain behaviors, and that's nothing wrong. So we shouldn't be saying a man should be a man and a girl should be a girl. It doesn't matter. A girl can drive a bus, and a man can cook at the kitchen. So it's nothing wrong in that. And if a man cooks, it doesn't make him less man. And if a girl drives a car or a bus, it doesn't make her more masculine. So yeah, it's just a behavior.
Okay. Atul Vij says, still people in India are scared of transgenders, because they're begging on signals, and when people don't give them money, they start like abusing and saying wrong things, whatever. How do people be more friendly in these ways? Okay,
at this point I have to, say, even transgenders need to be educated, because that's what we are doing to our daughters, because there is a huge generation gaps between us, because we new generation, we are totally, modern, we think different, but we have the older generation which has been there for many years and they have a different mentality. So we are trying to teach them how to behave. So it's all about, it takes time, it takes time, and we are working on it. We are working towards it. So hopefully maybe in 10 to 15 years, you will be seeing transgenders who are very normal and you don't need to get scared of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, this is an interesting question, right? Charmaine Fernandes. Do the transgenders have a special burial place when they cross over, when they become transgenders?
Do they have a special
burial place, like where they get buried after they pass away?
Okay, no, we don't have, no. But we have rituals. We have rituals where what we do when a transgender dies, because if your guru die, if everyone has a guru, that means her mother. If her mother dies, all the daughters perform what a widow perform in Hinduism. So as I said, our guru is almost like our husband. So that means our husband passed away. But it doesn't mean we are married to him. It's more like he is our guru. She is our guru. She is our everything. So we perform that. We perform what a wife performed to her husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So another interesting question is Alap Chakrapani. He says blessings from transgender are considered holy, right? According to some parts of Indian society. Do these kind of beliefs give transgenders of India a better place in society from the conservative community? Do you agree with this, or do you think this should be changed?
People believe that we have some special powers, and I do believe so, because I faced in my life, if I really want someone to be happy, that person has a good life, and if I curse someone, that person has a bad life. I faced it, so I believe in that superpower, but I'm not a person who is a mythological person, so somehow that's correct, and it should be there.
Okay.
I think I answered the question correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so question, right? What was the toughest part about the sex change? Was it after or during? What was it? After. During, it was really nice. After the surgery, I really felt happy, and I didn't even cry. I was really happy. People were asking, why didn't you cry? Because you had the struggle. I had my surgery done when I was 18. So they said, you have been carrying this pain since 18 years and you don't cry, I said, I'm really happy to be myself at the end. But after the surgery, all this procedure to to get healthy and to be recovered, that part was really hard. And I had a urine infection, and that's a bad thing what a woman can get. And I think all the women out there, they know about this infection. Men, they don't, but women, they know, and that's really painful. And I had it. That was the time when I started crying. Yeah. Okay.
Because why would someone go through all this pain to become something with what this person really wants to become? You guys have it really easy. You are who you are, and we need to find a way and go through it. It's really hard. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from Samin Oshidar, which says, why did you leave India, and was it difficult to be true to yourself here?
I didn't leave India because of my gender issue. I left because my dad had a job here, so that's why I came here. So I came here when I was 10. I left India, so it has nothing to do with my gender. Gender identity issue, yeah.
Okay, I think we have time for one last question, which we already have. We have Mansa Sangeeta Singh. She says, what should be done for transgenders to be accepted in society? She says, I don't see them as educational institutes. As you said, they leave their homes, they join their own community. What can be done for them? They're still into a growing stage about the older generation. How can we take them out of begging and prostitution?
I just want to add something into it. This community issue, leaving home and becoming a community, I don't support it, because if you become a community, you adapt certain behaviors, and I'm against that behavior, because as you can see, when I was in Kuvagam, I was clapping hands. But I would never do that when I'm alone. So if you are in this community, you adapt a certain transgender behavior, and I'm totally against it. If you are a girl, you should be a girl. That's what I really want to say. And what was the question?
The question was, what can be done to take them out of prostitution and begging? What should be done?
Okay, what should be done? As I said, they should stay at home and have a proper education. That will change everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the moment of truth, the final question, which was like the underlying theme of a lot of questions, when are you coming to Bombay?
Bombay in December, I'm planning to come to Bombay and to meet 101 India team to celebrate my success.
Awesome. Okay.
The champagne.
Okay, we have a Zulfikar Malak who is really in love with you, who has this massive crush on you. So he'll be at the gates of 101 with garlands and flowers and chocolates for you. Remember his name, Zulfikar Malak.
I didn't get you.
Zulfi. Just remember this guy's name, Zulfikar Malak.
Okay, Zulfi. Hi, Zulfi. Love you. Thank you for your compliment.
He'll pick you up from the airport for sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for signing in to the special Facebook Live with Kuvagam, with Tanuja and me, Rosh, your host. We had an absolute blast shooting this for you guys. Hope you loved it. And as part of the show, all the way in, we'll be exploring many other parts of India, the bizarre, the underbelly of the country, and bringing the real counterculture of India to you. Thanks so much, Tanuja, for signing in from Germany.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your positive feedback. And thank you, 101 India team. Please make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, wherever 101 India is.
All right.
So, they are doing a great job. So you should follow them, They have plenty interesting videos on YouTube. So you should be clicking all the videos and watching it. You'll be having a great time. Love you all.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Love you all.
Take care, love.
Hope to see you in Bombay.
Peace and love.
Thank you, Rosh. Bye-bye.